You'll never see anything like this anywhere. We are at the southernmost edge of Russia. Is this all real?
Yes, this is all real. We went along the edge.
The city not so poorly, but spiritually, morally, it is boundless wealth.
Hello friends, if you type the query what to see in Dagestan into a search engine, you will surely get coordinates for well-known tourist places. Gunib, Gamsutl, Karadakh Gorge, Tabat Waterfall. All these are widely known to tourists, and these places are definitely worth visiting. But high in the mountains of the Caucasus, there are places much less known, but even more attractive for it. So, we are heading to the village of Tlyarata. Honestly, we hadn't heard of this village before, but they say it's insanely beautiful there. The idea that it's still an unpopular, unexplored place is enticing. Tourists do come here, of course, but you won't see a crowd with a guided tour. Well, at least not yet. Getting here is actually not difficult. The roads are good, smooth, only sometimes this happens. Yes, friends, we are in the mountains, and this happens here. We have already seen landslides on our journey, but this time the road is almost completely covered with stones. We are still lucky. Cars have a hard time, but they get through. Well, now we'll watch and guide. Our off-road vehicle went through without any problems. The locals even passed on a Keimaz, so we'll manage too. But for the truck with ATVs to pass, a little effort is needed. Well, for now, it's all right.
Straight, 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 straight.
In general, if you're going to the mountains, be careful. This doesn't happen every day, but you never know when several tons of rock might fall.
Where are we heading this time? Into the darkness, to Tlyarata. It's already completely dark and we're still crawling up the mountains. Crawling because visibility is poor due to the rain and the roads are winding, unfamiliar and very slippery. On our all-terrain vehicles, we gradually reached an altitude of 2,600 meters, where a late dinner and overnight stay awaited us.
You left me, and I can't see the guys behind. And I almost fell into the abyss. I didn't understand. There was, well, some kind of, the road was like branching out. Well, anyway, at least we made it on the edge. Let's go. In the morning, we set out for filming, and this is where we all caught our breath, all at once. We saw the road by daylight, the one we traveled at night. Slippery, narrow, with an abyss on either side. And it was also raining.
How did we even manage to get here unharmed under such conditions? Here, during the day, you have to be extremely attentive and careful. Well, it's good that we arrived at night. During the day, it's really scary.
The sun is shining, it's warm, and look how much snow there is here. Oh my!
Winter, huh? Who would have thought we came to the south?
First we head to the village of Gibguda, the homeland of Ramazan Abdullatipov, who was once, by the way, the president of the Republic of Dagestan. Currently, Ramazan Gadjimuradovic is the special representative of the Russian Federation at the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. If you are planning to travel to this region, everything is already prepared here. There is a hotel complex where you can stay comfortably. Caucasian hospitality, well, you know. So we recommend it. Brothers, you definitely won't be left without a roof over your head here. The view from the window deserves special attention. Just imagine, you wake up in the morning, outside the window, there's sunshine, greenery, mountains, clouds, and all of this somewhere below. Still, more than 2 kilometers above sea level. And now, meet Ibrahim, the manager of this entire complex and our guide on the secret trails of the Tlyaratinsky District.
Oh, salam alaikum. Welcome, welcome, well done. Well done, well done. Greetings. Real men, real Kunaks have arrived in the heart of Dagestan, to the borders of Azerbaijan and Georgia. The main Caucasus Ridge. Beyond that, Azerbaijan and Georgia, Transcaucasia.
Will you show us all the trails?
Of course,
the
not
best
to lie.
places are here in the mountains.
The most beautiful.
Yes, the most beautiful, the best places. And I will tell you the most interesting stories about free societies. You made the right choice coming to Dagestan, specifically to the Tlyaratinsky District. Dagestan is a land of mountains, the most beautiful mountains.
Country of mountains and wonderful people, guys. Yes, the higher the cleaner. Here you won't hear, but feel the word relax on yourself.
Relax, whoa. Guys, for relaxation, come here to the Tlyaratinsky District.
Sounds like a toast.
Let's go see it, because we need to see everything, check everything out, walk all the
There's not
trails.
much time. And also, before we went in, you see, in front of the entrance to the museum, Ramazan Gadjimuradovic set up a monument to a donkey, all-wheel drive Highlander SUV. That's it. In the past, there weren't such comfortable roads. It's the most reliable and faithful helper and friend of the Highlander. It's like a second toast.
Second toast. When you get to the mountains, and it's all toast. Well, let's go see along the edge.
Our journey through the Tlyaratinsky district begins with a small museum of mountain life, equipped with an ancient ancestral tower. Let's take a look. Dear brothers, our ancestors did this. Jugs that they used to take water from springs. Those that were more ornate and smaller meant that the girl was still young, unmarried. And larger jug shapes indicated that a woman was married. It was a mountain game, like chess. An intellectual game of the mountaineers. Here is a lamp, handmade.
Flashlight.
Yes, like a flashlight.
300 years
But
ago.
you can't touch it without $100 and disturbing this genie. No more questions. Well, as you are an esteemed guest, people who came to visit our village, here, I give it to you with all my heart, to the museum across the region.
Well, who do we have today? What will we have
Ye,
today?
this will be our horoscope for the edge here. If good deeds do not follow the beautiful words, the words lose their appeal and irritate people.
In fact, there is a chance today, after all these words of promised beauty in the mountains.
See something you have never seen before.
So, let's go. In the museum, you can see household items, musical instruments, and works of art. In short, everything that should be in a museum. But we know that what you really want to see are the mountains. We won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's go.
In large mosques everywhere, a room has been made, like a Sikkim hut, in modern terms. It's a good thing that has become smaller in size, and people who needed it could take it. The need is no longer there, but just these traditions. The tradition remains. And our journey in the mountains continues, and we climb higher and higher. In the morning, looking out the window, we see stunning landscapes, clouds below, switchbacks of roads, mountain rivers, and white mountain caps.
Widely known to tourists. Moving on to those that are almost impossible to reach. Such things you will never, you will see. But if you want to get here, remember, you can only get here either by off-road vehicle, ATV or helicopter. But it's worth it.
And now let's ride to the Tsamauri Plateau, enjoy the views and race on quads. Tsamauri! The name sounds Georgian, did you notice? It's not just by chance. We are right at the border with Georgia and many place names sound appropriately. In the summer, a festival of folk culture with the same name, Tsamauri, takes place on the plateau.
If you are in this area, keep track of the dates. Maybe it will work out. Visit.
And we're climbing higher and higher. From the Tsamauri Plateau, there is a stunning view in all 360 degrees. We are at the very southern edge of Russia.
It's absolutely true. Over there is Georgia, right here is Azerbaijan, and over there is Makhachkala, on the edge.
And we are heading to another mountain village, Tsumilukh. They say it offers the best views of the mountains in all directions.
It's scary. Personally, I'm very scared. It's high. Look there.
By the way, speaking of cliffs, we were told a rather eerie local legend here. Not really a legend, but probably a true story. And that makes it even scarier. So tell us a legend.
Guys, we have many legends and myths in our mountains. In pagan times, we have a very tall cliff where old women were thrown off. Can you imagine? Well, it seems wild to us, but back then it was the wisdom of the mountaineers, their own. Everyone crawling dreams of walking, and everyone walking dreams of flying.
But the women were happy. They were lucky. At least before death they managed to fly.
Flight.
It is over 2,000 meters above sea level. Stands the village, where it's at its peak. Opposite, you see the village. Right on the ridge is the village. This village is called Talsukh. In this village, there was no water. Water? Yes, they were given the choice, either religious services or water. The residents of this village chose religious services.
Please tell me, do people visit each other from there to here? And how long does it take for you to walk from there to here?
On foot or by car?
On foot.
On foot, well, maybe an hour, well, half an hour. It depends on the person. But it's a pity that the camera cannot fully convey 100%.
So, let them come and see all this beauty with their own eyes.
Поэтому пусть приезжают и смотрят своими глазами на всю эту красоту. По краю.
We were already getting ready to leave when a local resident came up to us and invited us over for tea. It's not customary to refuse. And how could we say no to such hospitality? Thank you once again, Dagestan.
Another beautiful village in the Tlyaratinsky District is called Tsumilukh. It is located on a mountain plateau with a view in all directions, providing a stunning panorama in 360 degrees. Wherever you look, it's breathtakingly beautiful.
But Alad, living here is certainly not very comfortable. Civilization is very far away, but it's 100% worth visiting as a traveler.
A photo for memory.
To find ourselves in the mountains and not ride to the waterfall along the riverbed was impossible. Especially in autumn, there is such an opportunity. In summer, no fords. We would be instantly swept away by the stream along with our equipment.
What you see is yet another confirmation that here you either need to travel with serious off-road vehicles or on foot. It's not advisable to go beyond asphalt roads in a crossover. If you have the desire, you can confidently come here with a tent. Don't, you won't regret it. Just two big requests. Please take all your trash with you and be very careful. Mountain rivers, cliffs and rockfalls are really serious.
Here there was a stark glacier. The avalanche lasted until the end of summer. This year there wasn't one. It melted. Well.
Where there are mountains, there are always mountain streams. We simply couldn't pass by such beauty.
Despite having to leave our ATVs, dismount and walk just about 200 to 250 meters up the rocky path,
We ended up here. Welcome to Tersel Gorge. And here is the place we struggled to reach. Tersel Gorge, a beautiful spot where another adventure awaited us. We met the border guards. Filming them is of course not allowed, so you won't see them, but they clearly noticed us a long time ago and were ready. Not surprising, we are right at the border with Georgia. Further passage is prohibited. We told the guys about our project. They told us about the local places and served us hot tea. In general, everything was kind.
It's time to return to the hotel. The day was eventful, and at high altitude you get tired much quicker due to the thin air. Tomorrow we'll take a break from filming. If you plan to go to the mountains like we did, we recommend scheduling 2 or 3 days of activity followed by a day of rest. In the morning, we went to the store. It is about the size of a garage, but it has everything. We left with bags full of groceries, and we also got some kurdyuk. We were treated. In short, you won't be left hungry or without a roof over your head here. Moreover, by staying with the Highlanders, you will hear dozens of local legends about everything, get acquainted with national folklore, and immerse yourself in traditions, so to speak. Retelling and describing this will be very difficult for us. It's better for you to come here personally for this atmosphere.
And after a day of rest, our journey continues. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it.
That's what we filmed them. We also have, you see,
Adrenaline that is environmentally friendly. And our future is grassy.
Go.
Dagestan is my love, Russia is my hope, their well-being is my dream.
As if you wrote it for yourself, you know?
No, this is